Notch, remember we were talking about PNC, post nut clarity?
PNC 2025,
Yes,
baby.
we're gonna get some hats. There's a thing going around like how post nut clarity happened. So back in the day with Salem witch trials. So I was thinking, what happened? So with those Salem witch trials, while they called these women witches, well, there was a guy who was stepping out on his wife, and he seen a bar wench. Let's give her name Bertha Sally, and he, you know,
What a fucking
he
name.
he indulged in her sex appeal, and he stepped out on his wife, and he had post nut clarity, and afterwards he was like, "Fuck, I fucked up. I have a wife, I have a kid, I have farm, I got a church. Witch, she's a fucking witch." And then, little did he know,
She did my taxes. She knows numbers.
exactly. So then, little did he know, one of his boys in the same sector that went to the same bar, he also slept with Sally Bertha. He was like, "Oh shit, post nut clarity. She is a witch. She fucked my whole life up. Post nut clarity. That's what happened." That's why all those women got hung and burned because the men took it in their favor and was like, "I don't know what I was thinking. I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm sorry, baby. I love you. She's a witch. She seduced me. She used her witchcraft. She did all that shit." Post nut clarity. That's how it began.
All the way to the Salem witch trials, huh? Do you think we could go further back from Salem? So we could probably do that with the probably the Iron
Okay.
Age because they believed in all that
Okay.
stuff. Same
Okay.
thing. So like Joan of Arc time and all that
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Could we do that with?
We could do.
Trying to think of in
We could do
history.
it with.
Maybe Cleopatra.
Yep. Because
With Alexander.
they did it with David the warrior and Bathsheba when David slept with Bathsheba, who was his best friend's wife.
Jesus, yeah.
Post nut clarity. Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry. We got to go further back. Let's go back to Adam and Eve. Can we knock it with Adam and Eve?
What's your
Let's see.
theory on that?
Let's
Because
try
I
to
got
throw this
one.
on there. I'm just trying to see if it'll work. Go ahead and throw it. I'm just seeing if it can work.
Why do men have an Adam's apple?
Because they ate the apple.
Exactly. And men tell lies. So why did we get the Adam's apple even though they said that Eve ate the apple? Why did we get it? And why do they call it Adam's apple?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. Welcome back to episode.
So let's wait. Hold on, real quick with Adam and Eve because we could go any further with that. So Adam and Eve get kicked out of the, and I know further into the story, but I'm just going to go with the basics. That Adam and Eve get kicked out of Eden, a garden, Eden, right?
Yep.
So they're on their own, and then all of a sudden they have Cain and Abel, right?
Yep. The brothers.
And then Cain kills Abel, but they have kids themselves.
Yes. Right? Yes.
So did Cain have post-nut clarity after he killed him and slept with his mom?
Oh, fuck. That is insane.
She's the only woman? She's the only woman? Just kidding. If you know the Bible, there's more into it. But, okay. Yeah, but that was just a fun little one that it's like, oh, only Eve was there, so she must have slept with both Cain and Abel, and then Cain got mad, killed Abel because he said I was first, and then Abel was like, how does it taste to get my sloppy seconds? And then Adam was just like, wait a minute, that's like third, dude. Like,
wait, hold up. I was there first. He was Ray J.
And then the snake came out, and the snake was like, actually, you guys are fourth, because I got...
No, it was Voldemort. Nagini. Go get it.
Voldemort.
Anyway, welcome back and welcome in to episode 34 of the Gem and Nacho Show. You were here with your boys, Gem and Nach. Nach, say what's up to the viewers and the listeners.
Listeners. This is episode what?
34.
34. I can't wait till we get to episode 42.
Bro. What you got for 42?
I'm going to go nuts. 42, the meaning of life. Everything, all things living is 42.
Oh 42. My gosh.
34, dude. Our episodes are almost as old as us.
Bro, yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. Episode 34, Shaquille O'Neal. But guys, before we get into this episode, you know what we got to do. We got to pay the bills. For those of you that are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. chat in the comments. We are loving it. I see you guys hitting the shorts. And also, we just recorded an in between episode. It was a very different segment and it was dope. Shout out to the boy Robert. Me, Nacho, and Robert, we chatted on Choose Your Fighter on Marvel characters. And the in between episodes are only available on YouTube. So what does that tell you? You need to go to YouTube and watch and follow and look at that video. Also, those of you that are listening to our voices on any audio platform, please make sure you guys follow that channel. Make sure you leave a recommendation. 5 stars is recommended. And when you do, what do we tell them, Notch? They gotta
Say it with your
say it with
chest.
your chest.
Sorry, I was like
Good.
thinking of something else, like way off of there.
My bad.
I was just making sure we weren't going to get
No,
canceled for what we just said.
We,
I was
we
like,
good.
I was going
No,
through it and I was like, man, do we got to
well,
be
I mean,
careful?
with this free speech shit, I don't know. They might be trying to weed out podcasts, but whatever. This is your favorite podcast. Let it
Man,
be
we're
known.
probably like at the top
Yeah,
of the
we
list.
might be up
FBI,
there.
CIA, they're all listening to us with
Yeah,
everything that we say. We don't give
because
a
we've been
shit.
chatting shit.
All the Trump supporters, all the fucking Biden supporters, they're like, I don't even know who to hate. They just
They
hate on
just here. They
everybody.
just pointing fingers at everybody. Yes,
They just talking
that's
shit about
because it's
everybody.
random. And also, Notch wore it last week. He wore the OG Random Cool Show. I'm wearing it too, even though I got the hoodie. It's not the hoodie. It's a T-shirt under the hoodie. Um, Make sure you guys go to the Cool Attire Shop to purchase all your Jam and Nacho needs. That contributes to us because what we do here is free for you to listen and for you to watch, but it takes time out of our days, even though we love dearly to our hearts for you viewers and listeners. We love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Please share to your grandma, your mom, your friend, your cousin, sister, third cousin, second, whatever. What you do for us helps us go into the algorithm for us to give you more content and for us to be in the top of your favorite podcast that you like to listen to. Notch, did I miss anything?
No, you actually hit it. The share part was
That
my
is
gig
yours,
right
yeah.
there,
But
man. You took my
Notch, go
job.
ahead, do it
Shit.
again. Tell them again
No,
because
you're
they need to
good. I
listen.
was about you were saying that, and then you almost had me singing freaking Outcast. What was it, Miss Jackson? Where he's like, "Mom, dude, I haven't. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but what does he say about like your
Mama's,
mama?
babies,
Yeah,
mamas. Yes.
it was mama. Yeah, Miss Jackson times 5 times. Yeah,
Notch got it on the
start
head.
rapping.
Yes.
Just make sure that you like, subscribe, share. Please
Mhm.
share, comment. Make sure you are checking every channel out from the Dream Lounge to No More
Yep.
Lies. I know we need to knock out a No More
We've
Lies.
been
The in between
talking.
episodes have been really
Hmm.
fun. Again, big shout out to Robert. He really came in here and he definitely showed us up.
Absolutely.
Even though pretty sure my character won, but we're not going to spoil that.
We won't spoil it.
Just
Just
saying.
watch it, okay? Go ahead and watch that episode.
Yeah, definitely pretty cool. See what's going on, man. Episode 34. We're here. We're
Man,
out there.
like I was texting you this week, man, I was feeling like shit. I don't know what's going on in my household, but like fevers with the kids, fucking stomach shit. I don't know what's going on, man. I hate the wintertime because a lot of just bacteria and viruses roll through. Like I know we've eradicated the measles like over 100 years. Don't bring that shit back in Texas. Please don't do that shit. Like come like what did Barb Barker say? I mean, it has nothing to do with us, but what did Barb Barker say after every episode of The Price is Right? Make sure you
Get your
yes.
spade and
Yes.
neuter your fucking dogs and cats? Is that where the measles
That's
come from? What the fuck? I was just about to say I'm not in the medical. How the fuck? What is? I know about the measles, like I've heard about it, but where the fuck did measles come from? What are you guys doing to your damn animals?
But
Hold
like
up.
Bob Barker and Drew Carey said, please make sure you spay and neuter your animals. But humans, please take your vitamins. Please take care of your body.
Oh, okay,
Please
we're going there. It's like the fuck the animals spade and neuters have to go with that.
because it's like, oh, there's a joke. It says, um, how do you get kicked out of the zoo? When you swap DNA with the goats.
I'm not even. I could go somewhere with that, but I'm not. And then my mind went to fuck, dude. We were supposed to do those jokes with each other, and I completely
I
forgot.
have some written down.
Do you?
Um,
For me to read?
Let me see.
The
Let
only
me
reason I thought
see.
about that is because I saw one where it was this Mexican guy and this black guy, and the Mexican guy, he had the black guy read it. Oh no 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 no! Oh no! It was on the Saturday Night Live where they swapped jokes,
Okay.
and he goes, there was a gorilla that was, or no, there was it a no, it was a chimpanzee.
Okay.
She was overweight, but they had to take her out of the public viewing area because all the black men were whistling at her. And I was just like, oh my god, Michael Chad made him say that shit. I was just like, oh my god. And he's like, I can't
I
believe you
can't
said
believe you
that.
said that. I have
I was just like, Jesus, dude.
I have three coming your way right now.
Oh god. Imagine if men had to breastfeed babies. The naked iPhone is so beautiful but so risky. Subtweet, it's like a 15-year-old. What the fuck? I nutted on the bus today and four people turned around. It felt like I was on The Voice. Oh my. Well, those are my jokes. Nice. Those are good ones.
Oh yeah, I was like, I have those loaded up for Notch. We talked about that last time.
I'm gonna have to I'm
Now
gonna
you
have
got
to
to
come
get
up
me
with some
some.
at the end of this. Real quick, real quick. I'm gonna have to bring up some. That one about the 15-year-old made me think of Bo Burnham. Do you remember what he
Oh, what
said
did he say?
with his new math? When he's like,
Yes,
new math.
flip it upside down.
when no, when he said, when he goes, new math is hard. Sometimes if it's hard, if the numbers under 15, just do them in your head.
Yes, yeah. That's terrible. That's fucking. That's Epstein Diddy talk. That's just terrible.
That's terrible.
So as Notch is getting up some stuff, I got some funny tweets. I got 7 funny tweets for now. So this is part 1, and then I have part
Damn.
2 and part 3. Funny tweets. This is something that was sent out by, I think it was like the World News or something. And it says, would you fly in a transparent airplane? Somebody replied, they not even keeping regular planes in the air. You think a clear Game Boy gonna make the cut?
Clear Game Boy. That's pretty
It's
dope.
pretty dope, right?
That's pretty dope. Dude, the color Game Boys were
Oh, they were
damn.
sick, right? But
That was a
I'm
good
not trying to
time.
be in a goddamn.
That just threw me off of like the whole plane situation. Like, you got me on the clear Game Boy thing. Like, planes are going
Planes,
down. What?
yes.
I'm trying Nintendo to try to bring that
Nah,
back.
fuck
Just
all that.
bring
I
back
am
the
not going
Game
on no
Boys.
goddamn transparent plane. Fuck that. All the way.
I've seen that where they wanted to do the bottom of the plane transparent to
Yes.
where they could actually turn it on and
Mm.
off, like how you could turn tint
Yes.
on and off,
Yes.
which I I actually think that'd be pretty
No.
cool. Not completely transparent, but like maybe viewing windows.
Okay. Bigger
Because
windows. Yeah.
I'm terrified of heights, but
Yes.
when I'm on a
Yes.
plane, for some reason I just love the feeling, and then I have to be near a window.
Okay.
I have to see what's going
Okay.
on and stuff like
Okay.
that. And I'm constantly just looking down. I think it's like one of the coolest fucking things to ever think of, that like we're up in the fucking air
Mm-hmm.
in a metal fucking missile.
Yeah. And it's
It's
just
shaped like a fucking
gliding. It's just
missile,
gliding.
and it's going super super fast, and you're just sitting there, which is just crazy to
Mm-hmm.
think. And like, if you told somebody back in the day, like, think of like Adam and Eve times, we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about that shit. Like, if you said, "Hey, I want to be up there," they'd be like, "Yeah, that dude's a
Yeah.
witch."
Shut
Like,
up.
this
Hang
dude's a
up.
witch too. Post
Hang
nut
him.
clarity
Post
didn't
that
hit him.
clarity.
Didn't hit that motherfucker right there.
I think.
I would like to have like, that would be cool to have like viewing windows like, at the foot of your feet.
Yeah.
Like, what if you could close it? What if it
Okay.
had a shade? And then you could just pop it open and like, they're like, "Hey, we're flying over the Grand Canyon." And like, I flew over the Grand Canyon, and luckily I was on the right
Mm-hmm.
side. So then I was able to see it, but the people on the left side didn't get to see
Mm-hmm.
it. So like,
Yeah.
mm, that just makes it, I don't know, that'd
I
be
don't
pretty cool.
know.
I think that'd be
I think I
cool.
feel like
And if you don't want to, shut the
I think
shutter.
I'd feel like William Shatner, but everybody would believe me. Like, there's something on the plane. There's a nigga on the wing right there. Y'all don't see him.
But that's on the
I
wing.
know.
Like you could see that from a window.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like the belly of the plane,
Yeah.
which now that I think of it, can't even
It
work
wouldn't work.
because the luggage and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So that
So I
doesn't even
think
make sense. It's stupid.
you wouldn't see this, but you see everything around.
Yeah,
360 view.
that would be okay, but then you're just looking at clouds, and I'm like, all right,
Mm,
like
I don't know. That's kind of scary.
it's not that
I don't
cool.
know. You say that
Like I
now.
could just look out a
You say that
window.
now until you're on a plane, and then you see everything in front. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just
I think it'd be pretty cool during takeoff and like landing,
okay.
so you
That'd
could
be
see all
cool.
that
That'd be
stuff. But when
cool.
you're in the plane and you're like flying so high that all it is to the left and right of you and above is
Yeah.
clouds, like clouds and blue sky. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe we throw Trey on there and he could see the curvature of the earth. Or we could see the ice
He can
fucking
see the ice
castles.
castles. He
Oh,
can see the fucking
fucking
ice walls. But I got to.
there's Sauron over there.
So speaking of planes, here's another tweet. The pilot comes on the intercom, and if you have a foot fetish, the pilot goes, "Attention passengers, we're now climbing at. You're looking over 20,000 feet." And the person that has a foot fetish, are all,
That's for you too, right
I
there. You'd
am
be
not a
asleep
foot.
on the plane, and then motherfucker would be getting his feet tickled
Nope.
because he didn't cover up
Nope.
his damn
See,
toes.
that's a fear that I have now when I sleep places. I got to have my fucking feet because I get hot. I kick a leg out. I'm like, somebody's underneath the bed. But then I get hot. I get cold. Then I put them in. I'm like, oh man, I'm hot now. And put them out. I'm like, oh, somebody's under the bed trying to suck my big toe, trying to suck my bunion off.
Oh my god. You know what's crazy about that? Resort episode 34, that was in the very,
Yes,
very
it
first
was.
episode. I'm pretty sure that was probably in the very first episode we
Probably
ever did. It
was. Yep, it probably was. We were scared as fuck.
was terrified, like his fear of getting his toes sucked.
No. Nope. Nope.
I'm gonna pay Erica to do it
She
too.
better not. See, and she don't like feet like that. She'll never do it.
She'd be coming out with like a big old black eye. Fucking hate you.
Fuck you, Nacho.
She's over there. She's a witch.
She did it. PNC. So the next one, it's
I got the rope right here. No tea.
get the gasoline. The next tweet, this person goes, I spilled baked beans all over myself while watching Cars 2 in the theaters, and a black teenager shouted, "This nigga eating baked beans." He was eating baked.
What?
He was eating.
Oh, I'm thinking of Boston
Yeah, oh
beans.
no,
I was like, okay. I was like, what is that? It's just
no, he had
candy.
a
Baked
baked
beans. This
beans.
motherfucker's eating baked
He was
beans.
eating baked
Coming out
beans,
like Kevin from fucking The Office.
spilling it. Oh, my chili, scooping it up and
How
shit.
much chili? Oh, I spent 14 hours making this chili.
This one.
Coming with a can of fucking,
Mm-hmm.
what is it? Boston? No, not Boston baked beans. What's the company with the dog?
Bush's baked beans.
Bush's
Yes,
baked
Bush's
beans.
baked beans.
Fucking, I don't care what anybody says. Them motherfuckers.
I
are
hate
good.
beans. I fucking
Oh
beans are
god.
disgusting, Notch. I can't do it.
Tea,
It's
healthy,
they are
healthy
who
for you,
they are, but it's a texture thing for me.
dude. You don't eat
No,
burritos?
I don't eat bean burritos at all.
When the fucking who
Yes,
the
I
hell?
don't. Yeah, I don't.
How do I not know this
Yeah,
about you? I know Trey eats his food in like
yes. Trey eats
sections.
his food in
I didn't
sections.
know.
Yes. No, I don't eat
I didn't
beans.
know you didn't
I
like
don't.
beans. That's crazy.
I don't fuck with beans. I can't.
The only food I will not eat, and I mean the only food, I just don't like pickles, dude.
Really?
I can't stand pickles. People be eating fucking pickle shots, putting
I
pickles in
see.
like
That's nasty.
Ronnie be freezing pickles. I'd be like, dude, that's gross,
No,
dude.
see, and I like sweet pickles. Sweet pickles are probably my favorite.
The butter pickles?
Yes,
The sweet
yep,
and butter?
those
Oh,
ones, and then the little sweet gherkins. Oh, bro, they're fire.
nope,
I grub
nope.
those. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'll eat everything
But a
else.
pickle.
Like when I was growing up, I hated fish, but now
Oh,
I'll grab
I
down on
grub the fuck
fish.
out of fish.
I love I love sushi
Mm-hmm.
now. Sushi and poke.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, some ahi in there.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yeah, I need some bomb seafood in my life.
I'm hungry. I'm
Yeah, I
hungry,
need
chat.
something.
Not even
Yeah.
chat. Listeners,
Listeners,
I'm hungry. We
hungry.
need we need a live chat so I can be like, I'm hungry, chat.
Probably gonna
Somebody get me some
I'm
poke
probably gonna eat some
from Hawaii.
ramen after we record. Ramen sounds good. I might do that.
I guess I don't eat like, cause I don't eat ramen. I
Oh,
don't eat it at
I
all.
love ramen.
I just can't. I don't. Sorry, I'll eat ramen if it's like from a like a ramen
Okay.
restaurant, like where you're paying
Yeah.
fucking for like
Yeah.
pho type of
Yeah.
shit. But like ramen in a packet, it's just so
Bro,
unhealthy that I
have you
just
seen the Japanese 7-Elevens?
yeah,
Oh
how they have like
my
a bazillion
god.
different
I want
flavors.
to go there so bad. So bad.
I cool experience and everything, and I'd like to see all the flavors. I
Hmm.
want to go to like Japan to go to their vending machines.
Yes,
They have
yes.
crazy ass
Hmm.
vending machines. You know, they'd be like, here's a Angus beef hamburger with French fries coming out of the vending machine that's like steamed, and I'm like, oh my god, White Castle this
Because
shit to me.
there's a
This
motherfucker
is
cooking in
crazy.
there. He's cooking it fresh for
Yeah,
you.
and they fucking oh,
Uh-oh.
Riley's calling me.
Oh
It's
shit.
gonna mess up too.
Damn it.
I don't know. Fuck, I fucked
You
up.
good.
Did it fuck up? I'm
You're
here.
good. You're good.
It's still
You're good.
recording.
We're still recording. We're
All right,
good.
but yeah, ramen, dude. Ramen is so bad for you. It's
It
crazy how
is.
bad it
It
is.
is. But Japanese people eat it
Like,
all the time and they live forever.
I don't know, man. I think they say they live forever, but they'd just be cloning them. Like, they'd be saying Americans look like each other, but like, nah, there's like 10 of you. One of you guys died from eating all that sodium shit and lying. But this is that old thing. Like, the healthiest person sometimes will just croak over for no
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Yep.
And then person that eats fucking the worst shit ever is like,
Yep. And they live forever.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that, what, episode or two
that's
episodes ago? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
that's the
crazy.
scary part because I try to stay as healthy as possible,
Mm-hmm.
especially what I'm intaking. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I'm like, damn, am I taking away like stuff that they may have injected that helps us like stay healthy? Because they know. Like I thought about it, I was like, I don't eat a lot of red meat. What if
Mm-hmm.
I stopped eating red meat and then that's something they like inject that helps with like some invisible shit that kills people.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't trust anybody anymore.
Don't trust no one. Okay, so next tweet. That was a tangent, but I loved it. The next tweet says, I'll serve crack before I serve this country.
Damn.
Yeah. Especially this country. But anyway,
Canada. Can't, no, I'm just joking.
shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice. For those of y'all don't know that
Anybody
reference,
will fucking jumping up shrimp fried rice. What are we saying shrimp fried rice for? I don't know. Cool.
it's cool.
I love it. I love it.
This tweet said, a lady asked me if she could touch my hair, then she proceeded to touch the top of my lip. It was probably a black girl, and she seen the
Almost choked on some damn water.
she was like, I'd be so bad. I would
I think
fisticuffs.
I saw somebody where their kid said that. They were like, "Mom, I love your hair," and then they went up and they went like that to her,
Uh,
and she almost beat the
oh
shit out of
yeah,
the
I
kid.
would be back up. I got three more. This one says, imagine coming home to your girl and she's in bed. You tell her a funny joke and you hear a dude laugh underneath the bed.
You just see your hand pop up, and
That's so funny.
bro, the highest of high
The
fives.
highest. I seen a video on Twitter and it says when that demon in the shadow demon in the corner keeps fucking with you and she kept turning the lights on, turning it off and on. And then she turned the lights off and she goes, "Sweet Caroline." And then the demon goes, "Ba, ba, ba." They go, "Ah." It's so stupid. Okay, last two. This one says, "To the men who held me at gunpoint on 63rd and King Drive and made me nay nay, you're a bunch of cowards. I had to dance for my survival."
That made him
They
nay
made him
nay?
nay nay.
Wow.
Bunch of cowards.
Dance.
Dance, bitch.
Think about it. Back in the Wild Wild West, they used to
That's
shoot people with
true.
guns and make them
That's
dance.
fucking
So it's like the
true.
newer version of that. Like,
That's terrible.
if somebody shot a gun at my foot and said dance, like, you have to go with, like, what's popular, I guess. You know, what's popular right now? Right now is the Kendrick dance, so
Oh,
everybody's
yep.
doing the fucking Kendrick
Yep.
strut.
Mm-hmm. And last funny tweet. "Niggas with no job and no car have no business reclining the seat. Sit up, nigga, and look around to see who's hiring."
This is too
And those are
much.
the
I actually
tweets.
have something off the. I have something off of the tweet, but it's more of a quick
Okay.
story. I saved it. T, can you still see me? Because I'm on my
Yeah,
phone.
I can see you. It's
I'm gonna pull this
you're
up.
on pause for right now though.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it real quick, and I'm gonna tell you this quick
Okay.
story because I did save it and I wanted to say
Okay.
it. I thought it was
Okay.
funny. So, listeners, I'm gonna read this real quick. It was this lady. She was telling her story of when she was 5 years old. So it's real quick. I'll go through it real
Okay.
fast, but just
Okay.
listen. It says, I was 5 years old when Cisco's Thong Song came out. Had no idea what a thong was. Won a stuffed animal at school, named it Thongy. Wrote stories about Thongy, and in my schoolwork for weeks. Finally brought Thongy home. Showed my mom and all my stories about Thongy. She laughed her ass off to Neptune. A few years later, Britney Spears released "I'm a Slave for You", and it was my favorite song. But I kept asking my mom why she wanted to be a slave after Harriet Tubman did so much to free the slaves on the Underground Railroad. My mom had to give me the birds and bees talk. Okay, let me make sure I'm not the right one. Nope, where is the? Sorry, this is way out of order. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, sorry. My mom gave me the birds and bees talk. So next one is, unfortunately, my mom didn't have enough heart to fully explain to me what a penis was and told me that men have rocket ships in their pants that explode and get people pregnant. And I literally never wanted to talk to a man ever again. I was mortified. Arrived at school the next day and ended up running to the principal's office crying because I thought all the boys in her class were going to explode at random and get all the girls pregnant instantly. Principal corrected my mom, gave me the birds and bees talk, gave me the full explanation. Even though my mom laughed at thongy, she never actually told me what a thong was. I accidentally wore hers to school when I was 6. Rushing to get to the school bus, I put it on backwards. It was pouring out my pants, got to class, and my teacher asked me, do I have a G-string on? I had no idea what a G-string was, so I'm looking at my clothes for a string with the letter G on it, terrified like I had a bomb that needed to be detonated or something. Teacher called my mom and said your daughter has your thong on. And that's how I found out what a thong was. Anyway, I hope some of my crazy stories made you smile today in this crazy world. Y'all have a great day. Also, please don't judge my mom. She was only 25 years old.
She
I
was a
thought
young mother.
that was one of the
That's
funniest
so good.
fucking stories I've
That's
read
fucking
ever
good.
off of Twitter.
That's so good. She was so misinformed, and that's the problem. Being misinformed makes you do stupid shit.
A 6-year-old wearing a fucking backwards thong, not knowing what a fucking how the birds and bees went.
Everybody's.
I want to read your stories about thongy.
Yeah. Let me see this fan fiction about Dongi.
That shit was funny.
So
I was like, this one's a good one. This one's a good one. That one definitely made my
that
day. I
one's
was happy she
good.
said
That
that.
one's good as hell. So you gotta guess who for us.
I do, but I'm thinking I may have duplicated this, but we'll see.
Okay.
I don't remember if I've done this one
Okay.
before, but I did it a little bit different.
Okay.
So, listeners out there, we'll give you a few minutes afterward if you want to guess who. T, hopefully you'll be able to knock this out right
Okay.
away. I try to make it a little bit
Okay.
easier, but a little bit harder with some keywords. So,
Okay.
When the foreign investors wanted some forms filed by over the weekend, I was given the task unwillingly. Willingly. Even though we were total opposites, my partner in crime gave up his study or their studies to venture out with me in the wildest weekend ever. I fell in love with the girl, chased her around the world, even though the spare tire almost ended my life to get with her. I almost got lost in an unknown part of the city and barely escaped being jumped by some hooligans for treading on the wrong turf, even though later on some people that look like me did. I advocate as an arbor. If you know what that means, I do like to stay out in the woods. Wild animals are into me. Either they like to attack me or they're just chill and I like to catch a ride with them. Going through extreme heights, breaking out of small incarcerations. Okay, I did large time one time. Using my name as an American, traveling so far with a celeb, only to end at the glowing bleach fortress to get that special special. Who am
Harold Lee and
I?
Kumar
You are
Patel.
Harold Lee. You are
I'm
Harold Lee.
bleeding. I think you should go to Beth Israel.
Dude, I think I got
I got
rabies.
rabies. We're gonna go
I
see
try
with
to make
Katie
it as
Holmes, and I'm
like
gonna see her boobs.
see your boobs.
Now, I got
Dude,
it off the bat too.
Asian tits. I
That's
just
what I got the yellow plague when you said he handed the work to his coworker. I was like, fucking Harold and Kumar.
Damn, that was the first
Harold
one.
was such
Fuck.
a bitch in the beginning. I was like, damn it, Harold, grow some balls. These guys are assholes.
I had to think. I had to go back and rewatch it because I was like, what did they want him to do over the weekend? And it was foreign investors filing paperwork. And then I was gonna throw in like Chick Magnet because that's the song that
Oh yeah,
plays.
chick
So
magnet.
the very very first time I remember I ever saw Harold and Kumar, those two white
Yeah.
actors who are famous,
Yes.
I thought they were Harold and Kumar at the
Oh,
beginning
okay.
because when they drive off, Chick Magnet's
Oh
playing and I Love
yeah,
MXPX.
yeah.
So I was like, oh dude, this is gonna be great. And then it zooms up to
Yeah.
Harold and he's just like,
Fuck.
fuck. And I was like, wait, what?
I owe you one. Just one. Just
Just one.
one. Oh, that was yeah. That's that's a staple. That's a
Damn.
staple of us growing up, Notch.
Dude, I try to use like synonym words, not cinnamon. As like at the end, the glowing bleached fortress is White
Yes.
Castle. Glowing
Mm-hmm.
bleached.
And then incarcerated.
That special
I
special.
was just being.
Oh
I
yeah.
got arrested for being black. Seriously? He's resisting
Did you catch how
arrest.
I used the? I got incarcerated in a small one, but then I also did large time
Yes.
too.
The fucking jaywalking.
No, the
Oh,
Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo. Yes, you did do both movies. Oh, Harold and Kumar.
Cock meat
Cock me.
sandwich.
I ain't
Oh, you're
gay.
gonna get Big Bob.
I ain't gay. You gay for sucking my dick. Oh, that
Oh man,
movie.
what is this world
I
coming
know.
to?
Well,
That's unfortunate. That's
That's when
unfortunate.
America was great, though. Let me see here.
Damn.
Well,
I thought I was gonna get you. But I think we already did a Harold and Kumar,
I
didn't we?
think I don't know. I don't know if we did.
See, I was thrown off, so I did like a whole bunch of different ones, but I was like, I'm gonna
I
do
don't
Harold
know
and
if we
Kumar.
did.
Or Harold.
Yeah, Harold.
Because I was like, Kumar's too easy.
Yeah,
So I tried to do Harold because he was a little harder. Because Kumar's just like,
yeah.
dude, I trimmed my nose hair.
I know,
I'm like,
right?
dude, I've been trimming my pubes for those for months.
We got to go to Europe and find Maria.
We got to go to Europe and
Hey,
find Maria.
Maria, Maria.
Dude, we left my keys or my phone in there.
We've
Gone
gone
too
too
far.
far.
It's like right there.
Soft chocolate lips. Do you guys have like marijuana? Like a big bag of it?
Big bag marijuana.
Marijuana?
Sexy.
What? Fucking
So
Ryan
what's
Reynolds.
crazy about that is like Ryan Reynolds is in there.
Yes.
You
NPH.
had what's his MPH was in there. Who's the guy that played? Uh, oh my gosh, not the whitest kids you know. Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh
He's
yes.
in it.
Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie
Mr.
Kennedy's
Special
in it. He's
Bush.
the Bush
Hmm.
guy. You've got the dude in the school that's like, who wants some
Yep.
Buddha? He's
Yep.
famous. All them stuff. I completely forgot, and I messaged you this last
Okay.
week that what's her name is the wedding bride from Harold or from How I Met Your Mother. Uh,
Yes, she
what's her name? Is it
is.
Linda or
I can't remember her name, but I
basically
know who you're talking.
Freak
Freak
Show's
Show's, and
wife?
you know who Freak
Freak
Show
Show's
is. You know
wife.
who Freak Show is
Yeah, and then that's Christopher,
from
whatever his name
fucking
is,
Law and
Law and
Order.
Order.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, he's in there. This is crazy how many people are in there. I was freaked out because I completely forgot about it because she's not a well-known actress,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like you saw that and I rewatched it and I was like, holy shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's her name
Yep.
from The Wedding
Yep.
Bride.
He's like, oh shit,
Fucking,
I'm Ted Mosby. He definitely said it that time.
he definitely said Ted Mosby that time.
Stella, I love you. Well, Notch,
That episode's probably harsh,
I
dude.
hated
I'm
that
sorry, but
fucking
that episode,
episode.
like, out of all of them, like Stella leaving and all that stuff, like when he has to relive
Mm-hmm.
that, and then they're at the booth, I feel like that's the hardest part because like I felt that inside, like just to hear all that and to have to relive that was probably the worst like
I
feeling ever.
and it was so sweet when Ted did the date for her, and then
Oh, and then they fucked it up. He's like, I
oh,
only got 30 seconds, but I only need 15. Like what?
yeah, it was like I knew it was gonna fall apart. Even though they reconciled when Ted didn't want to move to New Jersey, I knew that was going to be a hiccup, and it was a big hiccup. And then it just kind of progressed, and then she was missing, and then stupid ass Ted invited fucking ex husband. Which why? What was the point of that?
I feel like it was inevitable though. It was gonna happen. Even
You
if it didn't
think?
happen at the
You
wedding.
think he would have
Yeah,
rolled?
I think I don't think no, not him show
Uh-huh.
up. I think that even if they got married, it wasn't gonna last
Oh,
long.
okay. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this, and we can't get on a
I
tangent
hear
because
you.
this is
Yeah.
exactly what we
Yes,
did
we
last
did.
time.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
before, to go through this, Stella didn't really. She was never, and this is I preach this every fucking
Okay.
time. Please take my Dr. Phil advice, even though Dr. Phil's a dumbass now. Take my Dr. Phil advice. If you're out of a fucking relationship, or you have been out of a relationship and you haven't killed over that person, do not get in another relationship because you are it's not going to work. I don't care what anybody
Mm-hmm.
says. If you're even married, I know people that have gotten married that just got out of
Mm-hmm.
relationships. I feel like they're not going to last. And if they do, good on
Yeah.
you. I hope that you
Right.
last. At the same time, like you started on the wrong foot. You weren't over this
Mm-hmm.
person. You got with this person to get back at that other
Yep.
person. It's just not
Yep.
healthy. And that's what Stella was doing.
Yeah, and she didn't have time. She's like, my daughter and work,
Hmm.
and that's all she did. But then again, she didn't have a relationship. What was it? 7 years or some number?
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever it was. He's like,
5 years. It
okay,
was 5 years.
5 years. You know how many people died in 5 years? Like
The Da Vinci Code had just came
to
out. Oh, that doesn't seem that far.
the
The
book.
book. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. I no, I totally get
she's
it.
all 5. 5, same as me. 5 months?
5 months.
No, 5 years? Jeez.
It's a tater skin. It's good, but
Yeah. What's funny is I don't remember because she's like, she was like, I knew a guy that was one ball away from being walked.
yes.
Talking about medical
Mm-hmm.
school, and I think that was a hint towards Scrubs because she's from Scrubs,
Oh, that's
and I'm pretty
okay.
sure there's an episode of that being on
That's
Scrubs, which I
pretty
thought was
tight.
pretty cool.
Okay, okay, a
So I was
little
like, good,
slight.
good, a little, yeah.
That's dope.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Scrubs, which is a great fucking
yeah.
series.
You live by Scrubs, Notch.
Great series,
Mm.
except the medical part, dude. I just can't get past it.
It's a little
T.
much.
I'm just saying. Earlier, TJ and I were talking about before we jumped on here. He was talking about like medical shit and shit, literally, and my stomach was turning. I was like, bro, I just ate. Like,
I don't want to ruin
I can't do it.
anybody's late dinner or late night stack, but yeah, it's medical field can be a little nasty. Can be a little nasty. Like so, guys, help us out on this podcast so I don't have to do that shit anymore. So we can just make money. I could part ways.
Seriously, the stuff he was been talking about and the stuff I've heard from Erica,
Yes.
but his TJ's
Mm-hmm.
wife working in the medical field
Mm-hmm.
too. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god.
She has some stories.
Yeah, I forgot what she said, but one time she did something to you, and then she stuck her fingers in your mouth,
Yes,
and she's
she
like,
checked because you have
she's
to check and
yeah,
mhm.
and then she's like, come here, and I was like, oh,
Yes, yeah, disgusting. But what's going on in the big White House with the horse? What the fuck is he doing? Every
the
day,
horse in the
the horse in the
hospital.
hospital, the horse is now in the big white castle. Man,
The horse in the hospital is now a fucking surgeon. That's what's going
he
on.
is the
He's
goddamn,
in charge.
he's running everything. And I
He's
just,
not the medical resident anymore. He's
he's the
the
chief.
he's the top
He's the
dog.
fucking chief.
He's the chief.
I just, and it was crazy when you and I were talking. I was like, no, the Gulf of America, it ain't real. Then I checked on Google Maps. It's fucking real. I was like, he's at this point, he's saying shit and it's just happening. And I'm just like, what more is he gonna say? And it's just gonna happen. Because right now, it's
Well,
showing that his power, he's saying anything and doing anything, and it's just going.
there's nobody to control him
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
What he says gets passed
Yeah.
because they want
Yeah.
everything. I'm pretty sure they're in control of the House, the Senate,
Yep.
and he's the president.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and he's firing
Yep.
everybody. He's like, oh, new FBI agents
Yep.
fired.
Yep.
TSA agents, if you're of color,
You're done.
fired.
Mm-hmm.
If you're urban, you're
Yep.
fired.
And it's
Like,
crazy. So my coworker, his brother's girlfriend works some field within like DC, and they've been working remotely since COVID. She hasn't stepped foot.
no more
There's
remote.
nowhere remote, but they also fired her. They sent an email one day. They go, "Today's your last job, or today's your last day. Pack up your stuff and go." And it was
Yep.
it. There was no severance package, like nothing. And it's just like
They
those,
can't do it without a
but
severance
they did
package.
because did you hear about the whole thing where they were volleying on the petition for if you still worked, you didn't know if you were going to get paid a severance package or if you're going to get back pay a year or two later from what happened. And that's what they did. And all those guys, they voted and the judges, they took it out. No one got paid. So they were like, well, maybe I can work and they're going to give me a severance package or whatever it is. But then they fired so many people that were doing, like doctors that were doing vaccinations and stuff. They fired the whole team and they're like, oh, fuck, we need them back. So they're on the phone calling these people like, hey, we need you to come back. Are you kidding me? Fuck you.
I wouldn't
I
come
wouldn't
back.
either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either. And it's just we're jumping the gun on so much crazy shit. And like I was saying in the group chat with Trizzy and you, like we're cutting so much that so many institutions, so many companies, especially in healthcare with the Medicaid cuts, so many people are going to lose their jobs. And where I work, it's funded by Medicaid and Medicare. So if that gets
Mhm.
taken out, we're going to see so many layoffs, and then we're going to see so many more people in poverty trying to live paycheck to paycheck, not getting the health care that they need. Yes, there's those individuals that abuse the system, but then there's also those that lean on that system so they can live and at least do
Yeah.
something. But yet, you're not doing an estate tax for people that own over a $14 million home. They don't have to pay. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, what is going on here? That money should be put aside for other things. Like, I don't know. It's just so much crazy shit.
There's different things to it. So first, Trump has he we said this before. He's a mean child that was
Mm.
bullied, put in a
Mm-hmm.
corner, and now that he's free, he's retaliating against everything that
Yeah.
happened to him. I told you this that he's going to do this to the point to where there's going to be rich and there's going to be
Mm-hmm.
poor. And then those people that are poor that aren't for Trump because he's still doing stuff that are making people happy, like the whole Doge
Yeah.
thing with him and Elon
Mm-hmm.
giving people $5,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All people are going to see is, oh, Trump gave me $5,000. Biden didn't do shit. I don't care if I'm rich or poor. He still gave me
Mm-hmm.
$5,000. So this is a cool
Yep.
president. Those are the supporters. Now, the ones that aren't dumb. I'm not saying, sorry. The, the ones that aren't playing that game, that understand what's going on, he's trying to poke them with a hot iron bar enough that they're going to retaliate
Mm,
to where, like I said, they're going to start either fighting
mm,
back, and I think that's what he
mm-hmm.
wants. I think he wants these. I think he started with all the immigrants first off. He started with all the
Yep.
immigrants by just, I don't care what you are, just get on this
Yeah.
plane. I think he wanted them to
Yeah.
retaliate because Trump is, in my opinion, he's like an evil version of the Joker,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like the Joker was already
Yeah.
evil, but he did it for a reason because he liked chaos.
Okay.
He just wanted chaos in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is evil, but he wants that chaos because he wants things to
Yeah.
happen. And I think if he gets these things in order, he started with all the immigrants and was like, all right, if they fight back, they're going to fight. We're going to hit them hard. We're going to create this
Mm-hmm.
chaos. And then the supporters are going to come in
Yep.
here. We're going to hit them hard.
Yep.
These American supporters,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to throw them in
Mm-hmm.
jail. And then all my January 6th people that were in jail get their payback by us throwing all these
Yep.
people in here. But it didn't work. So now he's like, all right, where else can I hit them? Let's make these poor categories. Let's take this away and this
Mm-hmm.
away. And then we'll see how much they could suffer before they start
Mm-hmm.
retaliating. And then we throw him in
Yeah.
jail. He's a mad kid with a magnifying glass, was told not to burn the
Mm-hmm.
ants, and now he's back out in the
Yep.
sun and he's burning the
Yep.
ants. And we're the fucking
Yeah.
ants. Sorry, if you
Mm-hmm.
think we're anything else, we're the
We
fucking
are.
ants.
Mm-hmm.
They're, what's happening in this world makes me think two things. If this is actually happening, because Trey's got it in my mind that some days I'm just like, maybe we are in a fucking simulation.
Okay.
Like, this shit is so bad
Okay.
what's going
Yeah.
on. At least for our time. Think about it, how bad things are going without war
Mm-hmm.
happening. Like, we're not being forced into war. So I'm not saying we didn't have it as bad as like people in World War One,
Yes.
people in World War
Vietnam
Two
and yeah.
that were forced to go to
Mm-hmm.
war, right? But at the same time, think of the Americas back then. In the 70s, 60s, 70s,
Mm-hmm.
80s, these people had $6 an hour jobs buying houses.
Right. Right.
We are getting paid 16, 17 minimum. I don't even think that. I think it's like 14 minimum
No,
wage
I
right
think it's
now.
16 now.
Is it
I think
16? So
so.
16 minimum wage, and you
You
can't
can't
even
buy
afford a
shit.
fucking
Can't
house.
buy shit.
You can't even, like, rent is not
Mm-hmm.
even affordable
And it's
anymore.
crazy that you say that
So,
too, because even when our parents bought homes, even though
mhm.
the interest rates were super high, but the houses were low. The houses were cheaper.
Yeah, the cost of house was
Exactly. But these
nuts.
ones, interest rates are high and the fucking prices are high.
The
And it's
housing
just
is
like,
high.
bro, who can afford this without being house
So,
poor?
the cost of living, the cost of medical, the cost of automobile, the
Mm-hmm.
cost of insurance, which is the biggest fucking joke ever created, the cost of food, the cost of clothing,
Mm-hmm.
everything. The cost has gone up, but minimum wage
Yep.
hasn't
And
kept
it's
up
just
with it.
here. Mm-hmm.
The pay hasn't kept
Yep.
up with it.
Yep.
The need for more time and hours. I constantly tell this to everybody, and I'll tell this to listeners. When you're at work, do your work. But when you're at home, I don't care what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Leave your work at home
Yeah.
because you spend so much time at fucking
Mm-hmm.
work, and they're paying you bare
Mm-hmm.
minimum for you to do 40 plus hours of bullshit to come home. Spend time at
Yeah.
home. And when you have
Yeah.
vacation, take your
Mm-hmm.
vacation. And when you have sick time, take your
Take it.
sick time
Mm-hmm.
because they don't
Yeah.
care. Businesses don't
Yeah.
care. I come from the corporate side, and one of the things that really hit me is I'll see these little things and they're like, if you died today, your job would be posted faster than your
You're
eulogy or
dispensable.
whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, yeah.
Yep.
Is it eulogy? No, what is it called? What's the thing in the newspaper?
Your obituary.
Your
Mm-hmm.
obituary. Your job will be posted faster than your obituary. And it would. It will. They have to fill up your spot faster because newspapers take about, what, 5 days before it goes out?
Mm-hmm.
Your job's faster, is quicker, posted quicker than your fucking life is posted that you
Yes.
passed away.
Not when it comes to the
Which is
state,
nuts.
but I know what you mean. The state takes forever. Forever.
No, and they're like, nah, we don't want those jobs.
Exactly.
Um, but this is, I'm like, are we in a simulation and we did something like we
Like we did.
discussed
Yep.
this before?
Hmm.
Are we in a
Yeah.
purgatory and we just did something wrong and we're like,
Yeah.
man, like shit's hard. Like,
We got to
is this
fulfill.
just a
Hmm.
simulation? And then on top of it, if it's
Hmm.
not, which of course it's
Right.
not, but it's stupid fucking midnight talks with other people that are like, hey, take a picture of this and it might be, this will show that we're in a simulation. I'm like, fuck me, dude. I don't want to take a picture of that because what if it
What if
is?
we are?
Then I'm fucking woke. Like, not the other stupid woke,
But
but
I'm
I'm like
like,
actually woken
I
up.
know this shit. I'm
I'm
like,
fucking Matrix
hmm.
type shit. Like,
It's like that episode of Black Mirror. What is it called? Kill the DJ? Is it Kill the DJ? Where it's the couple there, it's like a dating thing. Fuck, what's that episode called? I'm looking at it right now. Hang the DJ, where it's the couple that it's that they were in well, they didn't know they were in a simulation, spoilers, but they were dating and it was on a time frame, and they got with each other, and it was like a dating app that said you have X amount of time to be with your date, and then the time would go, and then the date would be done, and they'd go to the next one. Well, then the next couple, they had a great relationship, and they seen their time, whatever, they let the time go, and then they moved on. Well, then they both thought of each other while they were with other relationships. The other guy was with a woman for 3 years. This girl was with a guy for 1 year. So her time ended faster than his, as he's thinking of her, and he's with this stupid bitch that he doesn't want to be with. And she's just getting ran through by other guys while he's with this girl for 3 years. Then they finally get together, and they both agree, we're not going to look at our time, let's just enjoy the moment. So they do, and he goes, I have to know how long because I love this girl, da 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 da. And then the computer goes, you and your party have an agreement that you're not going to look at the time, but if you do, you're going to have consequences. He looks at the time, shows it, and each time it counts down further, and then he fucks it up.
damn.
And then at the end, they meet each other again and they go, let's just fucking run away. But everybody that's around them, they're in a simulation and they're looking at them and they just dip. They see this big ass wall. What Trey says is an ice wall. You
I
remember that
saw that. I
episode?
remember. That's the one I thought.
And
Yeah, I
then
remember
they
that one
jump
where they
over the
break through the.
wall and it was a fucking
Yeah,
simulation and it started all over again.
yeah.
Like,
And that's just crazy to think.
it's
Like, okay,
crazy.
if we're in a simulation, if I start thinking about that, do I get reset? How do I talk to the person that's
Right,
controlling? Am I
right,
controlling my
right.
simulation,
Truman
or
Show.
is this a purgatory simulation where I did something
Mm-hmm.
wrong? And then I was, yeah, like the
Mm-hmm.
Truman Show. When I was a kid, I thought I was in the
Oh,
Truman
yeah.
Show. I thought
Oh,
it wasn't
bro.
really the Truman Show. The Truman Show didn't fuck me up. When I was a kid, that movie Contact fucked me up.
Contact was nuts.
Contact with
Charlie
Charlie Sheen,
Sheen. Mm-hmm.
where the humans had backward
That was
legs. I won't ever
crazy.
watch that movie.
That
I
fucked
won't
me
watch
up.
it because it fucked me up when I was
Yes.
a kid.
Yes.
To where I literally thought growing up there were aliens walking among
Mm-hmm.
us, and not the cool aliens. Like
Right.
now, if there are aliens among us, I'd be like, fuck yeah, like let's hang out. I was thinking these
Yeah.
motherfuckers' legs were gonna break backwards and then start running after me. So it fucked me up that way. So like simulation, I'm like, okay, what type of simulation
Mm.
are we in if that
Right.
exists? Now the other fact of it is, did you see that thing I sent to you where we could go to Switzerland?
Yes, I did. I sent that to
Bro,
you. But did you see? Did you see? I sent you the charts. Would you want to go there? Did you see? Did you see the
I
climate? The climate sounds
I don't
shitty.
yeah, it looked like it was like a mountain range type
Yep.
of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was colder. Like I was like, well, can it be worse than like Parker? But at the same time, they're giving you $20,000 to live
Uh
there,
huh.
to go live in a home that's already built for you.
True.
To all you have to do is just become a citizen,
True.
and then help build the the thing. And they're looking for Americans to come out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow. My thing about that is a country actually wants Americans over there. Like,
Right.
dude, I'm not saying I love America. I love that we're
Me
free,
fucking too.
right? We're free to a point. Um, there's I've been here. I grew up military. I respect the military and all that stuff. Dude, sometimes we're too arrogant and big for our britches. Like
Yes.
I the the U.S. played Canada in the hockey
Mm-hmm.
game,
Oh,
and
They were
I thought
scrapping.
that was
They were fucking
one of the greatest
scrapping.
freaking. I was like, hell yeah, these two countries are fighting for their
Hmm.
countries. This is the All Star game. It beat out the NFL. It beat out
Hmm.
the stupid
Yep.
NBA's All Star
Yep.
game. Like I was just like, this is an All Star game. They're fighting for their
Hmm.
country. And then you had Canada side, which they're booing our national anthem, and I get it. It is what it is. I'm not even gonna talk about how dumb they were acting on Twitter and stuff.
Hmm.
But then I started reading what Americans were saying, and I was just like, God, dude, like an outsider, like I didn't care. Like I was like, this is dumb that you're
Yeah.
talking against each other's
Yeah.
countries. It's a sport. It's a game. Some of the stuff Americans were saying, I was like, dude, we're dicks. Like, like you're talking about this, and then they were saying other stuff, and they were like, well, look at your healthcare,
Mm.
look at your infrastructure, look at your president, and I was just like, and then the other person was like, well, your mom's gay, and fuck
That's the
you,
only
and you're gonna suck
comeback.
my dick because you're the 51st country or 51st state, and you're lucky that this isn't a real sport, but even though it's a sport, we're gonna kick your ass, and I was just like, oh my god, like, dude,
Astounded.
slow the
Yeah.
fuck down,
Hmm.
like, this is dumb.
Hmm. I
I don't
just,
know.
I'm with you there. Just it, like you said, we do feel like we're too big for our britches, and it's to the point where other countries are like, when you go to America, please be careful. Watch this and this and this. Like, people are
Hmm.
afraid to send their kids over for being a foreign exchange student to America because of how shit's going. Like, it used to be like people would send over to America and do all this other stuff, but now
Hmm.
you have Americans going to other countries and they're like, "How is America? Is it this? Is it?" And they're grilling us like we're some kind of fucking third world country because of what's going
Yeah,
on. And it's just like it makes you step back and you're just like, are we really that great? Are
that's
you know what
exactly
I
what I was gonna
mean?
say. At some point, listeners, if you're out there, really step back and look at the way we're acting.
Yeah. Just look
Is
at
it
us.
obnoxious? Is it big-headed? Is it
Hmm.
conceited? Is it are we narcissistic as a
Puffing your
country?
chest and
Dude, like it's just crazy
yeah.
some of the stuff. And then back in the day, and I'm not even talking back, I'm talking like the 90s, early 2000s, we were open armed, welcome to almost every country, and
Mm.
now they're just like, fuck you guys. And I'm like, damn,
Hmm.
if shit pops up, I can't even
Can't
go
even
to a
go.
country.
Hmm.
They don't even want
Yep.
us. So then I'm
Yep.
like, man, do I take up that offer and just go to Switzerland?
Exactly.
Like,
And just dip. Like, come on, man. Like, it does make you think. Like, yeah, like we joke and shit like that, but it does make you think. It's just like, dude, like,
yeah,
how is shit gonna be the next 4 years or 10 years? Like, now we should start looking for the future of placement and living and
yeah.
stuff. And it's just like, dude, like maybe I should consider relocating the family and just like, I don't know.
It just sucks because you kind of like, in my mind, it'd be like, all right, if something did
Hmm.
happen, here's my
Yeah.
plan. Now it's not even, you can't even have a
Mm.
plan. Like it's either act now
Or
or forever hold your peace.
exactly.
Like, cause if you
Exactly.
get in 40 years, if we start a world war, like you sided, your president that you
Hmm.
voted for sided with
Yep.
Russia and with the bad part of the Middle East that wants to turn this into a new Tel
Hmm.
Aviv, and you signed up with North Korea,
Hmm.
and you kicked yourself out of all these things, and probably sooner or later we're gonna get kicked out of
Hmm.
what's it called? Not NORAD. What is it called? With all the nations, the United
NATO.
Nations. We're,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get kicked
Hmm.
out of all that
Yep.
shit.
Hmm.
And then we're just gonna be
Yep.
here and they're gonna be like,
Yep.
yeah, like, fuck
Hmm.
you guys, you don't need
Yep.
help. And then we got poor fighting the rich.
Hmm.
We've got immigrants trying to fight for their countries
Hmm.
because we fucked them
Yep.
over and stuff like
Yep.
that. It can
It
get
can get
bad
bad.
if you think
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. One. So there's a guy I know. He has roots in Switzerland and he's thinking of doing citizenship in Switzerland. And he was like, I already looked at it. They said they can match what degree you have and what profession you do. And then you have to do something else and they have to look at your lineage to see if you are Swiss. And then you could move
Oh
there.
man.
And then he's like, well, I do have family that has it. And he goes, but also my wife, she's a Canadian resident and she has family in
Um,
Canada and our kids they have dual citizenship. So he's like, do we go there or do we go to Switzerland? And he's like, we have that option if we need to. He's like, we just need to be on it and act on it. He's like, but once we do, just know we won't be able to come back.
I have a family member that they had family in Yugoslavia or Slovenia or somewhere.
Okay.
They dropped all their social media
Wow.
and they moved out there and they're happy. They're doing the whole
Mm-hmm.
farmland thing. That's something that I've always
Yeah.
wanted to do is just
Yeah.
farmland. And sometimes I do want to get away from social media because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, sometimes I feel like it.
It's a lot.
I love talking about like I liked I love that we talk about conspiracy theories, but then some of them I'm just like, dude, what the like to me, conspiracy theories are just really really cool
Mm-hmm.
stories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of
Yes,
conspiracy theories.
absolutely.
It makes the mind start ticking,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, this is really
Right.
cool. Like
Right. It's
aliens. I
infatuating.
hope aliens are real. I'll never know because the government's dicks,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time,
Yep.
this is really
Yep.
cool. And
Yep.
then some of them I read, and I'm just like,
They're
bro,
deep, and
bro,
it's like,
like if the
yeah.
government's really doing that, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like and that really comes down to it. Donna, okay, so my brother and I, we were watching this show, and it's the show that I'm going to recommend, and it's
Okay.
called Common Side Effects,
Yes, you talked about
and
it.
it's about the gentleman.
Yes.
Great fucking show. It's about a gentleman that finds a mushroom that could heal all,
Okay.
and the pharmaceutical companies don't want him. They consider him a terrorist,
Okay. Which is crazy.
and they're trying to kill him. They're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
him to stop talking about
Right.
this. He's trying to explain to people like, hey, we could cure all. This cures cancer. This cures diabetes. If you get shot, it heals your muscles.
Mm-mm.
Like it regenerates your
Mm.
muscles. It brings you back to
Yeah.
life. It kills Alzheimer's. There's an episode where it helps with Alzheimer's. These pharmaceutical companies kill him. And it was a joke, and my brother's like, "This is so good. It really reminded me of you, Derek, because you're always talking about like this." And
Mm-hmm.
he picks up a bug, and it was on his back, and he helped it up. And I was like,
Okay.
"Yeah, that's definitely me.
Okay.
I don't kill
Yeah.
bugs." But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, "Dude, this is fucked
Yeah.
up." Because
Yeah.
not only do we know this is happening,
Right.
but now Hollywood is openly joking about it, created a show,
Mm-hmm.
added comedy, and it's a great fucking show. And like to me, it really was just like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
this is fucked
Yeah.
up. Like this is
Yeah.
crazy because I know this is
Mm-hmm.
happening. They've killed people over this
Yep.
stuff, and we're joking
Yeah.
about it. And Hollywood is just like, hey, I've got this idea. Remember when pharmaceuticals people or that guy that created that hydrogen car and he
Yeah.
died? Let's joke about
Right.
it, make it into a
Mm-hmm.
show,
Yep.
and we're good with it. When as
We're
every
ingrained.
episode we say this,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting to the point to where it's frustrating me. It's
Yeah.
not even something that I like to talk about anymore because it's
Yeah.
frustrating. Every time I watch something like that or read something
Mm-hmm.
or I see a stupid commercial about medicine
Yeah.
that gives you a million
Yep.
things wrong with it, it's
Yeah.
openly in our
Mm-hmm.
face, T.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
they're they're joking and laughing at
Mm-hmm.
us, and we just sit there and let it
Mm-hmm.
happen
See, and
as a
I
people.
even laugh at the medicine commercials like, take this medication to stop heart attacks, but then it's also going to cause diarrhea. It's going to
Stroke.
cause stroke. It's going to cause diverticulitis. It's going to this, and be mindful that you can't take it with this. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the names. Where the fuck are you getting these names from? Like Sky Rizzy? What is that? Is that like the Riz? Like what is that dance? Like
What's the one that helps you that was for diabetes and now people are taking
Ozempic.
it for
Mm-hmm. All those
Ozempic?
GLPs. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy.
Ozempic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
Yeah.
and the same rate again, Ozempic is a perfect one. So
Right.
Ozempic was created for diabetes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then diabetics took it, and then celebrities were like, "Oh, this makes us lose weight."
Mm-hmm.
So then they started taking
Yep.
it. But now there's a side effect of it that people are starting to have problems
Yep.
with it. And
Yep.
they're like, "Oh, we have side effects." But then these big companies are like, "Oh, we can control it with this." So now
Mm-hmm. Now you're
celebrities can
taking
start
this. It's
poisoning
an
the diet.
offset. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a joke.
Yep.
It is a
Yep.
joke that we as a people elect these leaders that are
Absolutely.
60, 70 years old that don't give a fuck about
Mm-hmm.
us.
Except this.
First off, listeners, this is real talk. We are fucking idiots for electing these people, for allowing us, instead of changing the rules,
Mm-hmm.
instead of changing these laws that say, hey, you have to be this certain person to be in this. We only allow two parties to be in
Mm-hmm.
this. So it's controlled.
Yep.
Whether you're Republican or
Yep.
Democrat, you are
Yep.
controlled. These
Yep.
people are here, and they are controlled up here by all these other
Yep.
people. We are dumb fucks for allowing these pharmaceutical
Mm-hmm.
companies to control
Yep.
everything. And there's only like four top ones that control the
Yep.
medicine, that
It's an
control
umbrella.
the over the
Mm-hmm.
counter, that go into your
Yep.
food. Think about
Yep.
it.
Yep.
These companies that own the food create medicine.
Mm-hmm.
My food has so much. My bread, well, now not anymore, but white bread. If you eat white bread, has 40 to 50 fucking
Yep. For
ingredients in
what?
it
It should be flour
that
and
should only
water.
have five. Should
Flour,
only
water,
have five.
salt, oil,
Yep,
whatever.
five fucking ingredients, and you're putting
Mm-hmm.
50 in my body.
Yeah.
But if you went up the ladder, it is created by Pfizer.
Yep. It's crazy. Or Johnson and Johnson. Or it.
Johnson and Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck does Johnson and Johnson own food products?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
That own. Then it's even crazier. I read somewhere that if you become a farmer, not just in your
Mm-hmm.
backyard, but like let's say you wanted to distribute
Yeah.
corn, the seed, the kernel of a corn is actually owned by big
Oh
companies.
yeah.
Did you know
It's
that?
crazy. It's just like everything. Like if you, I just told this to Avery the other day. We were talking about um, oil. No. We were talking about gold because you and I were talking about the
Oh
forest
yeah,
fin
the
treasures
treasure.
and all this crazy shit. And he goes, "But what if you found the treasure here?" I was like, "Well, you can't take it because you found it on federally owned land, even though they didn't own it for, but they own the gold."
Mm-hmm.
And I go, "Just like oil." I was like, "Picture our house. We own our house. We own our land. We have the deed. Everything's our land. But then if we strike oil," and I was like, "Guess whose oil that is?" He goes, "Oh, it's ours." I was like, "Nope, it's the government's." He goes, "How?" And he was dumbfounded by it. I was like, "This is the institutions of what individuals do." And I'm like, fuck, I hate that I'm talking game to him right now
Avery,
because he's so
I'm gonna
young.
blow his mind because we're going to his birthday party. I'm gonna be like, Avery, we're gonna sit down and talk about taxes.
Oh, fuck.
Guess what? When you start working, you're gonna get a paycheck.
Yes.
You're gonna work 40 hours a week
Mm-hmm.
or 40 hours a week. They're gonna give you a paycheck and they're gonna say, hey, the government's taking money
Yes.
away from you. And then you're gonna go buy stuff. You're gonna
Yes.
go buy toys. You're gonna go buy clothes
Mm-hmm.
and food, and the government's gonna take
Yep.
taxes from
Yep.
you. Then at the end of the year, they want you to tell them how much you made. They want you to calculate it, even though they
They already
know how much you
know.
made, to make sure that it makes sense. And if you fuck up, you're gonna go to
Mm-hmm.
jail. But they want you to make sense, and then they're gonna be like, you made this much, you owe us even more on
Mm-hmm.
tax.
And then we're just going to give you a little dab. And then
And
people
then
go
yeah, you'll get a
nuts. They
little
go, "Yes, I can't
yeah.
wait for tax season." Da, da, da. Nigga, you should have had that a long time ago.
Yep, that's your
It's
own
your
money.
own fucking
Then on
money.
top of it, how you said like you own your house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really own that house?
Exactly. You
Because you got to
don't.
pay
Yep.
property
And
taxes.
then
You
it's
got to
still with
pay
the bank.
all this other stuff.
It's still
Mm-hmm.
the bank owns it. Well, you own it, but you're
Yep.
paying the bank for you to own it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
really own it till the loan's paid off. And it's fucking oh, it's so frustrating.
It's all a joke. It's
Mm-hmm.
all a joke. And the biggest joke, besides like what we were just talking about, I think medical is the biggest
Oh,
joke. I think
absolutely.
medicine is the biggest
And
joke.
people
We're
trip
we're
about
we're all just
universal
fucking
health care. I'm
clowns.
like, bro, do you
No.
know if you had a heart attack right now in Canada, you'd be in the hospital, boom, right then and there to do things, and they'd have everything. But then say you had a stroke and you had these symptoms. Well, you only have X amount of visits. I deal with insurance all the time. Well, I had to when I worked in outpatient. And I fucking hated insurance because I would have a 75-year-old that had a stroke or a hip replacement, and their insurance was like, "We're only giving you 12 visits for a year." And then 12 visits, they're 75, and their copay
Yep.
is $80. They're on a
And
fixed
you hit it right
income.
there. The biggest joke is the word that you just said, insurance. Insurance is
It's
the
crazy.
biggest
It's crazy.
fucking joke in the world. Not even talking medical.
Just
Medical insurance
insurance.
can be fixed. But look at auto
Mm-hmm.
insurance. You could go a whole fucking year without getting in an accident. But every fucking month you have to pay this company that might protect
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
an example, a buddy of ours had an incident and he was like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared. Me working with insurance was like, bro,
Hmm.
insurance is so
It
fucked
is.
up,
It is.
they will find any way
Mm-hmm.
to not protect
Yep.
you.
Yep. You know.
So don't go in there with a head high.
Yep.
Expect the worst and hopefully you get the
And the
best.
shit that I just.
Because insurance doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. And the shit that I just found out a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. Say you run into a electric vehicle, your insurance won't cover the whole amount of that vehicle because, like the cars that we have, they're not electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
They can find parts, they can manufacture those. With electric vehicles, it could just be one of one because of the
Mm-hmm.
battery and all this other shit. So, say it's
Yep.
$100,000 of damage, the insurance will pay 50 grand, but you have to pay the other 50 grand out of your pocket. So, why are you paying for insurance? It's not
Yeah.
even helping you, and you're still putting money
Insurance,
out.
at least the insurance company that I worked for, and I won't mention it, when it came to electric
Mm-hmm.
vehicles, they would cover if you hit because I covered California. California's all
Oh yeah,
electric, right?
right.
So insurance, at least with the company that I worked for, they covered the electric car.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy part about it is what happened during the incident.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a claim. I did the investigation.
Okay.
So I had to break it down. And when it came to electric cars, it was very
It's
specific on like,
very specific.
okay, how did this happen? What was the direction? Who was at fault? Get all these interviews,
Mm-hmm.
do all the crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Mm-hmm.
now we got to find the the place to cover, like you said, a Tesla. What is it? A T3?
Yes.
The sedan
Mm-hmm.
car. That car is worth 45,000, I think, base.
Okay.
The battery itself is 15,000. The undercarriage is 2,500, and it takes weeks upon months to get
Yep.
that
Mm-hmm.
replaced. At least in California, and that's Tesla.
Yeah.
That's your
That's
big
that's
companies right
Tesla
there.
for you.
And then your insurance is going to go up if you're at fault. If they decide to cover
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you weren't at fault.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
That's
When you
another
weren't at
thing.
fault, it was
Mm-hmm.
fun. But when you were at
Yeah.
fault, I was just like,
Yep.
damn, I hate these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Most people knew they were at fault, but some of them ones were just like trying to play me, and I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
You're Delulu. You're Delulu.
Insurance is the biggest
It's
fraud. It is, and it was crazy how it was created. I watched a video on it, and it was like this guy that was like way back in the day. I forgot all about it. I'll have to find it and I'll
okay.
talk more
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
just crazy how it worked. It was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just didn't make
Yeah.
sense. Well, back in the day, insurance was only a certain amount and the parts were only a certain
Right.
amount. Now it's just
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
here your insurance is $300 because you got in an accident when you're 18,
Mm-hmm.
but now you're 38 and you got all your shit together. But we're still gonna make it $300. You're a great driver, so we'll knock off 2 to 4% for
Mm-hmm.
you. Pay in full, do paperless. We can knock all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff off for you,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't get an accident. You're not gonna see that money.
Yep.
It's all ours.
Yep.
Make sure you put in your taxes.
Mm-hmm. Moral
So we got to get that money.
moral of the story after we cross the plane of the simulation is post-nut clarity.
Telling you, everybody, just find a partner, circle jerk, and then we're all gonna come up and
We're all
figure
done.
out what's going on.
It's going to be
Everybody just circle jerk your
a
neighbors.
worldwide circle jerk. We're all going to have post-nut clarity, and the world's going to change. And the bullshit's
That's all
going
thanks to Chris Wagner. He said everybody just needs a circle jerk. Put your head down, circle jerk. Everybody comes up and they're just like, I played with somebody's beans. Somebody jerked me off. I didn't even know him, but we shook hands afterward. And then we all came to the conclusion that, hey, we could fix
Yes.
world peace by this.
What did they call it in Zack and Mary Make a Porno? The Dutch rudder? You hold my elbow.
Oh my
That's
God,
the name
I
of the
forgot all
episode.
about that movie. God. Let's get into something
Let's
else,
do
Steve, but I
something
really
else.
wanted to talk about this real
Okay.
quick. Did you see in 2032 we have a 1 in 50 chance
The
an
asteroid?
asteroid will hit?
Yes, I did. It said it was going to be
Hercules,
big. He
Hercules.
said Hercules. I did see that shit, and I was like, "Whoa!" It said that it's like the percentage keeps going up.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
before it was like a 1 in 1,000
yeah. It was like
chance,
a
and then
two
now
point
it's
one
dropped down.
percent.
Even though it's like 6% chance
Yeah.
now, that's 1 in 50's
Yep. And
chance.
it said
I don't
it's
know how they got the percentages. Like when
yeah.
they did that, I was like, I don't understand your percentages. If it's like only 6%, how is that 1 in 50?
That's what I yeah
Isn't it like 6 in 100?
yeah. I
Like,
seen that
I
shit
don't know
too. It
math.
was
Like my math. This is why I don't know math because I don't want to be burnt
this
like a
this is
witch.
why
Like,
yes exactly. Hey, your sign says 550. Who said you could read? Which but I did see that shit and I was like, oh
I'm
my god, that's
pretty sure
crazy.
it's 2032, right?
Something like that. Something
2032
like that.
asteroid. Yeah.
Because I
Because I was like, ooh, 32. Yeah. The YR Yankee Roger
832.
4.
Yes.
Yes. 432. Yes.
Yes. I
Odds of asteroid year 4, YR4 hits Earth in 2032
mm,
goes up.
yep. I seen that shit and I was and it said it was big as what was it big as? It would take
I
off
thought they
like
said it wasn't.
25% of Earth off. Something like that. What was
So
it?
I
I know I
read
have
that
it saved.
it was a city killer, but it wasn't a
Yeah,
planet
it's not a
killer.
planet killer. Yeah.
So a city killer, and then the way it's crazy how. So this is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So we've all seen Don't Look Up, right?
Oh yes. Yes, we
Okay.
have.
So we've all seen that. I was just talking about common side effects, and we've all seen the movie with that Obama created with
Yes. Leave the world
that.
behind.
So is Don't Look Up going to happen? And is the
It could.
3032 just
It could.
okay, it's 2032 and then tomorrow it's going to be 2039 and then
Mm-hmm.
like a year later it's going to be 2030
Uh,
or
right,
2026?
right. It's just gonna get closer. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, our
Yeah.
calculations are off. It's da 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 da. Yeah, and then
Hold on, T. Talk to him real quick. I
okay.
got to let my dogs out.
Yep, it's true. Those movies are actually coming to fruition. And there was another article that I read. It said that scientists say the shape of Earth's inner core is actually changing, and they've had natural geoscientists go through with the inner core, and it's saying that there's fluid and it's heating up and all this crazy shit that's going on. Like our Earth is changing. Like not to say that things aren't changing on land, but it's also changing in our inner cores. And if that's not a telltale sign to show you what the fuck is up, I don't know what is gonna make people understand what's going on. Because there's shit that's going on that is just like, what can we do? It's out of our hands. But we just need to just live our freaking lives. Just live our lives. And that's all we can
All right, I'm
fucking
back,
do.
T. Sorry.
No, you good. I
I
was,
got to open up my damn window. I'm fucking hot.
no, you good. No, I was also
It's
talking about, I seen another
fucking
article
sweaty.
on how the Earth's inner core is changing as well. And it said, recent research indicates that the Earth's inner core is undergoing dynamic changes in shape, suggesting more complex processes occurring deep within our planet. A study published by Natural Geoscience analyzed seismic wave data from earthquakes over the past 2 decades, revealing that the inner core's rotation has not only slowed, but may have reversed directions. Excuse me. The finding challenges previous assumptions and highlights the intricate dynamics at Earth's core. The inner core, a solid sphere composed primarily of iron and nickel, is surrounded by a fluid core, outer core. Its rotation and deformation are influenced by complex interactions with the liquid's outer core and the Earth's mantle. Understanding these processes is crucial as they play a significant role in generating Earth's magnetic field and can provide insights into the planet's thermodynamic history. The study's findings underscore the need for further research to unravel the mysteries of the Earth's deep interior. Crazy shit.
Hmm.
Crazy shit.
So now we got the movie The Core is all fucked
Yep,
up
the
shit too.
core. Fucking
I'm just
movie.
saying.
It's
So going. going back to YR2,
Okay.
the asteroid.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it says it's 44 to 100 meters in
Mm-hmm.
diameter, or the size of a Boeing 737,
Right.
or smaller, Big Ben or Statue of
Yeah.
Liberty.
Yeah.
The thing is if something hits you at a certain speed, no matter what the size is, it can destroy. I watch a lot of science videos
Mm-hmm.
on space because Trey fucks me up all the time.
Fucking Trey.
Um, I saw that if a needle hits a needle hit the Earth at the speed of light, which
Okay.
nothing could travel at the speed of light
Okay.
except for light, it would literally destroy the Earth.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is.
Right.
But this asteroid, the only reason I brought this up, and I think it's pretty crazy, is because they brought it up,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was 2032, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad they said something
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, they could
Heads
have kept
up.
it quiet," and then
Mm-hmm.
like the year, been like, "Hey, we're all fucked."
It's
Um,
happening tomorrow.
but how much of it is true? And this is where Trey's
Yeah.
conspiracy theory would be pretty cool to talk to him about it. But how much of it is true? Like, how
Mm-hmm.
much do we believe without going, do I wake up tomorrow and they're like, oh, actually it wasn't
Right.
2032. It was tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like that
Like, this shit's
fucking
here.
Twilight Zone Midnight Sun episode.
I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
these movies that
Absolutely.
they create
Absolutely.
is what's going on.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
they're just telling us right now, but did they tell Hollywood and all them years back? And they were
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, Comet is going to hit the
Mm-hmm.
Earth or possibly has a
Yep.
chance. I really think they know if it's going to hit Earth, and there's a reason why they
Mm-hmm.
said, hey,
Well,
it possibly could happen to prepare
well, look
us.
how Don't Look Up happened. Remember how all those
Yeah,
guys were all into it and everybody knew shit, and then everybody's like,
yeah,
well, because of this and this and this, but they try to make a fucking like a comedy of it, even though like
yeah,
it's our impending doom, and you guys are just like, ha ha, KKK, like laughing about it, and it's crazy. Like
yeah.
even watching X Files, when you were talking about watching Common Side Effects, how it made a comedy of shit. I love
Hmm.
watching. I love watching X Files because it's serious, and I'm just like, they're doing shit and portraying shit on camera. What possibly shit has happened, and they've confirmed it over the years, and they're just portraying it for our entertainment. And I'm just like, oh my god, like this shit's really happening, and
But
that's on
think
a
about it.
serious note.
Think about all science fiction where it happened in the past, or all past science fiction,
Mm-hmm.
and then it happens now,
Yes.
or like you hit it with Xbox, X Files. If we look at the main people that own the politics,
Yep.
politicians, you've got the pharmaceuticals, you got the
Mm-hmm.
insurance, you got the big
Mm-hmm.
oil companies, and then down here right below them is celebrities,
Yep.
right? Celebrities are right there, and they're
Yep.
that one people that are like we're in the knowing, but like
But
we're
not. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
not. So
Mm-hmm.
the government goes,
Yep.
hey, like they're all drinking and they're just like all drunk and they're fucking little kids
Yep.
and all that shit that they do
Mm-hmm.
in Hollywood.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they're sacrificing. They hand over the blunt and they're like, yo, you should have seen like while we got this new drug that's gonna kill billions of people because we're gonna make millions or billions off of
Mm-hmm.
them, but we got it from this fucking alien.
Exactly. Yep.
It was
Mm-hmm.
nuts. Let me tell you about this. And then fucking
Mm-hmm.
Spielberg is like, bro, I'm gonna make a
I'm
movie
gonna
off of
make
this.
this.
Hand over your
Mm-hmm.
child because she's kind of cute. And then they do their little thing.
Yep.
And then they make a movie and we're just like,
Exact.
here's more
This is
money.
so good. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, I love it. Weinstein movies are amazing.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yep. There was one thing. Oh yeah, right here. It said British scientists achieved teleportation using a quantum supercomputer, and then somebody goes, "I've seen this movie. No thanks." And it's The Fly, where he turns into the fucking fly, and he's all fuck. I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Oh
Fuck
my
all of
god.
that. But it's
I'm telling you,
true.
it's all crazy if you really think about
Hmm.
it. And it's just goes back to that like
Yeah.
if this is all real, like damn, we're fucked up and we're fucked.
Exactly.
We're fucking and we're fucked at the same time.
Hmm.
Just fucking the reach around is literally
Yep.
happening.
Hmm.
Everybody's circle jerking wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. Um, and if this is like some crazy ass simulation, like bro, just give me the pill to wake me
Yeah.
up, because
Hmm.
dude,
So
it's nuts.
so like okay, so my recommendation isn't like something new, but I've been watching a lot more unsolved mysteries. I've been watching a shit ton, but I've
Nice.
been playing a new video game. And it's not new. It came out in 2015, but I never got the chance to play it until Dawn. And it's one of those butterfly effect games where you choose your path, like they did with Black Mirror
Nice.
Bandersnatch. And with you talking about that, like simulation, playing those games puts you in that position of life or death, and every chance and every decision you make changes in a little butterfly vein. And just
Hmm.
playing that shit in perspective is just like, is this a simulation just like this? And it makes me like, fuck, like I'm playing a game, but yet we all have the
Is somebody
same,
play me?
exactly. Is somebody doing that same thing? Like my subconscious, like is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it just bugged the fuck out of me. But my recommendations, I want everybody to go back and watch Unsolved Mysteries. Just turn it on and play it. Like the old school Robert Stack, Dennis Farina, whatever you're liking, it's on Pluto TV for free.
Hmm.
We don't get paid by Pluto, but Pluto TV for free. Look at it. When we were talking about the treasures and stuff,
Hmm.
I'm so infatuated with the treasures. Like when we were talking about the Victoria one, the one at Superstition Mountain, and then the one that's new to us that we won't spoil or spill the beans on. And I was thinking, I was just like, I love the idea of the stories as to why these treasures are put out here. But would I put myself in danger's way to go and find these? We have to think of the elements and everything else. And I was thinking of one treasure that was hidden in 1887. I was like, fuck, think about all the elements that put that shit down and what has made it different. I'm not risking my life to find that shit. And
Yeah.
I'm cool to talk about the clues they gave and all this shit. Like you can go at your own risk if you want to do that shit, but I'm not,
Yeah.
because I love the lore, I love the legend, I love how they did that shit. But I'm not going to put myself in that situation to go and find that stuff because it's so dangerous. But it's so entertaining, like you were saying about the sci-fi movies. Like
Yeah.
Hollywood did this. Like it's so entertaining to hear that. But am I going to put myself in that situation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'll give
I
you
think
all the
if you
clues you
have,
want to hear, but I ain't going. You can go out yourself.
I think past treasures, because I think I explained that one that I was really infatuated with,
Yeah.
which is the one that the Spaniards, it
Yes.
was a huge gold
Mm-hmm.
cross. The Spaniards were pushed out and being out of tribal
Mm-hmm.
territory here in
Yeah.
Colorado. They say it's somewhere here in Colorado, but
Mm-hmm.
that was from the 18,
Right.
1700s, 17 or 1800s. And it really made me think, like, first off, land is owned by somebody. They had to survey these lands and stuff like that. So is it
Mm-hmm.
really there? But then you also hit it with the element thing, because the priest wrote in his diary, like, we had to hide it in uh near mountains, in a canyon, in a hole. Then I'm thinking, like, all right, a canyon was created by water. That means
Exactly.
that area has water.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is very soft
Yep.
metal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So am I gonna find this? Probably not.
Right.
That's probably why it hasn't been found, because
Exactly.
it happened so long ago, and then all the weathering, especially here in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
we get rain, then it freezes, then it
Yep.
warms up, and then it
Yep.
freezes again, and that fucks up
Yeah.
metal at the same time. And this was like pure gold
Right.
crosses with
Right.
jewels and stuff. We might be able to find that stuff, but we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to be like digging deep and using
Mm-hmm.
metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
The newer one, I could
Yes, I
see
can see that
doing that
because it's
because it's
newer.
modern.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's newer.
They put it in a safe
Yeah.
case. They gave it to where it was on public land.
Mm-hmm.
They said a few of them you're gonna have to wait till spring, which I know the spring one is
Mm-hmm.
probably closer to
Yep.
us. Um,
Yep.
so I'm like, all right, it
Mm-hmm.
gives me a few months to go look through the book, get my clues, and then go, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it could be here, it could be there. I'm not going right now.
No. No.
Not during a fucking
No.
Arctic blizzard
Fuck no.
shit or whatever
You
the
ain't gonna.
fucking Arctic
I'm just gonna be
cold shit.
researching and taking notes.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, you
yeah.
hit it. Old
Mm-hmm.
treasures
Mm-hmm.
probably too hard to find.
Well, and see, and as you
I
said
have
that too, with somebody else owns it, that same treasure that was buried in 1887, as people started catching on, people started to flock there, and now it's a national park. And then the government
Hmm.
federally owns it now. So even if you
Yeah.
find it, it's not even yours. Even though they didn't even
And
own
that's,
it back then.
yeah, it's not even, it was probably fucking Aztec gold
Mm-hmm.
taken from by
Taken from
Spaniards,
them.
brought
Yep.
over here,
Mm-hmm.
or and then yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy to think if you found, let's say you did find
Mm-hmm.
treasure on at a national park
Okay.
or on somebody's
Yeah.
land, you gotta figure out how to lie just to openly say I found this in public land, but then you got to make sure it's not
Mm-hmm.
owned by government.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
there's no place that you could say that you
But
found it. Like
here's the thing, and I'm only going to say this:
black market that shit. Jeez.
that well, that's one thing, but another thing,
Yeah.
break the element down.
Yeah.
That's how jewelry heists do it. That's all I'm saying. That's
I
all
think
I'm
that that would
saying.
be if you found something back then. You either got to say you got to find somebody that owns land and you'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'll give you like 10% if it was on
Right.
your land,
Right.
or you do what you said and
Mm-hmm.
just pirate that
Yep.
shit.
We're not telling you how to cook crack. We're just telling you that's how the ingredients are in.
I'd serve crack before I
I
serve it to the government. What?
exactly. Wait, what? Didn't they serve it to us first? But anyway,
Something, right? Isn't it made by?
we've all seen Snowfall. But yeah, I'm that's just where I'm at with that stuff. Like I'm so intrigued by history. We both are so intrigued by history because it's just how did we get here? What happened? Why did we get here? Like who was involved? Deeper and just it's infatuating to hear history like that. But at the same time with newer history, it's making it go back to
Yeah.
where it shouldn't be. We should be progressing and not following those trends like we did again. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be in the Third Reich.
History has a quote or saying that says history will repeat itself no matter what.
I know.
No matter
No
what.
matter
It will
what.
always repeat
Yeah,
itself.
I know.
People don't learn. We don't. We say we learn. We say we get better, and then we just repeat ourselves
Mm-hmm.
after a while. We forget, and it's something that we talked about, and I told my sister, I was like, isn't it crazy how we just forget about things?
Mm-hmm.
We forget about these people that have done bad
Mm-hmm.
things. We forget like
Yep.
everybody was like praising, and again he got off, but like how did he get off was Rihanna's boyfriend.
Oh, ASAP Rocky.
ASAP
That was
Rocky got
crazy.
off,
That was
and I was
crazy.
just like, the motherfucker did it. Like, how did he get off? Like, this
Yeah.
really shows you,
It
like,
was
if
crazy.
you have money, you're good. And then everybody's like, oh my God, he's free. And I'm like, good on him. He broke it, but
Yeah.
he's guilty. But
Yeah.
at the same time, years from now,
Yeah.
he's going to be in the same boat as
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, and he's going to be representing the United States at the Olympics, even though he's killed
I
people.
feel you.
Like, what?
I 100%
We're
feel
a
you.
weird
Mm-hmm.
fucking set of beings.
Yep.
We're weird fucking mammals. We're weird.
Yep.
We're fucking
Mm-hmm.
absolutely the smartest, dumbest
Mm-hmm.
animals possible.
Yep. Yep.
Mammals
I
possible.
see. As you said that, I was watching Everybody Hates Chris, and they're like, I hate my boyfriend. He left me for something. He's a big filmmaker. And they go, what's his name? And she goes, oh, his name is Randall, but everybody calls him Spike Lee. And they go, oh, that's a terrible name. He should have been named like a genuine name, like Orenthal, like OJ. I was like, fuck. I was like, Jesus.
Everybody calls him Spike. That's a good American name, like Harold.
I was like, oh my gosh. But it's true though. We see so many people and they just get off of shit. And then did you see Diddy? He's like, why am I being tried for what the white people do? You still guilty? What? You're still
I'm just,
guilty?
I'm just so confused with they're trying their hand
They are.
on if I trick them, they'll look at this hand while I get out with this hand. It's what we say all the time. At the same time, it's just we allow it.
We
We
do.
allow it to
We
happen.
do. We
We
do.
we we put Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg on TV.
Yeah.
We allow these murderers to be CEOs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mass
Yeah.
murderers. Think of
Yeah.
pharmaceuticals are mass
Yes, they
murderers.
are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They have
They
so
can't help
much
to a
blood.
point, but your chemicals were created way back in the day from nature. Nature said, "Here's this; it heals you." These ancestors said, "Hey, this is what we used to use,"
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "We could chemically make
Yeah.
this instead of going and farming it, and then we could add all this shit, and then we can make money because we added stuff to it."
Mm-hmm.
Or they're like, "Boss, this chemical did this, but I'm shitting out like horrible.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just make something else to help your shit."
Oh, cool. I'll take
Oh,
that.
boss, I'm seeing double. I'm seeing triple. We'll just make some more medicine for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yep. It's once we all get over our
It's all a joke, T.
post-nut clarity, I think we will clearly see.
Circle jerk. Let's put it in the calendars, everybody. I'm thinking maybe the week after Easter.
Is this?
That way, it's not against everybody's like their 40 days and 40 nights of I'm not going to masturbate or have sex for 40 days and 40 nights. You come out, you have a strong jerk off, you just ejaculate very, very strong, your head's clear.
Yep.
Women, you flick, everybody gets their bean flicked, everybody gets jerked off, like, everybody's
Yeah.
happy.
After Good Friday, okay? After Good Friday, that's the date.
No, we got to go after Easter because
Okay.
that's 40 days.
That's true.
So Easter, everybody's like, "Oh my God, I gave up sex for 40 days. I'm hurting." Then Monday morning, grab your neighbor's hand.
And then he's going to ask,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to prevent the asteroid from hitting us in 2032. It's just do it.
I'm trying to clear up my head with my neighbor. So after this is all said and done, I'm not racist. I'm not mad because they're a certain color. I'm not mad because they're flying this flag or they're not flying this flag.
Mm-hmm.
But we all sit here and we go, man, government is fucking us up. Hollywood is lying to us.
Mm-hmm.
We do put these fuckers on pedestals, and that is an asteroid in the sky. I don't care what the fuck they're saying. I see it.
What did Riley say? Ronald Reagan's the devil. Jesus was black.
Jesus was black. Ronald Reagan was the devil, and they lied about 9/11.
That's it. Post-nut clarity. Damn it.
Open your eyes, people.
Please.
Open your hand to your neighbor. It'll only take about 1 minute. I don't know how fast your neighbors go. Just get it done. See what happens, people.
I think that's a good note to end on, Notch.
Day after Easter, Monday morning.
Day after Easter.
Tell your grandma. Share, like, subscribe. We're all going to be outside Monday morning. I don't care if you're... Well, there's an age limit. I'm telling you guys.
There's an age limit.
Maybe, listeners, we can find all those bad people by doing this. And they're just like, hey, this is the line. And we see when they stand next to the kids. Mm-hmm. And we're just like, I gotcha,
bitch. Oh my god!
Like, what's his name said? Who was? Oh no, it was. What was that joke? It was. I'm pretty sure it was Ronnie Chang. He goes, "People love combos." Did I ever tell you that joke?
No.
Well, you're gonna say the joke because I can't say it.
Oh shit!
He goes, "People love combos, and it comes in food." So we've got mustard in. What goes good with mustard?
Hot dog? Or ketchup?
Mustard and a hot dog. Ketchup.
Oh, Jesus,
mustard ketchup,
yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter and
jelly.
We got chips like salt and
vinegar.
No, you were supposed to say the other part, but
nigga.
Good job.
There's the joke.
I almost got him.
Yeah.
I saw that on a comedy, and then he turned on the police light. Oh no, I think it was Bo Burnham.
Okay.
Bo said that. Then he turned on the lights, and he's like, "Get him!" And he had the police sirens, and he's like, "I told you, they were out there." That's what you're gonna do with the neighbors. We're gonna catch them all.
We're gonna like Pokemon. Ash
Pokemon
Ketchum.
this shit.
Fucking Ash Ketchum.
See,
Pokemon,
before we
ho.
go, let's make sure that all listeners out there, make sure you like, subscribe,
Yes.
all the channels,
Yes.
not only this channel, but we got the in between channels.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out again to Robert for being on that in between.
Mm-hmm.
We did an amazing Marvel versus, so definitely check it out. There's going to be more like that, and like T said, the in between channel is only on YouTube,
Yep.
so you do have to like and subscribe so you know
Yes,
when
you
it's
do.
up there.
Mm-hmm.
But check out all the other stuff that we go on Cool Attire, um, No More Lies, Jesus, I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't think of it. The Dream Lounge,
Yep.
even the Cool channel on Facebook. So
Yes.
definitely check
Yes.
that
And
out.
also,
Stuff like that.
it's Just a Nightmare channel on YouTube as well, and on your favorite
Oh yeah,
podcast.
I
Yep.
forgot that you
There's
have that
just
going on.
there's one episode up, but there's more to become. There's more to come.
Nice.
I wanted to shout out one content creator on Instagram. He goes by the name of Barry Hendricks. He's a black dude with dreads and a grill, and he sings all of our favorite songs from all of our favorite bands from Warped Tour.
Oh yeah, I do like that guy.
He's
He's pretty
dope
cool.
as fuck. Shout out to Barry
Yeah.
Hendricks. He actually hit me up today because I posted on one of his comments, and he hit me back. Shout out to him. He's doing some
Did he
dope.
really?
Yeah, he
That's
did.
dope.
Yeah, he's doing some dope shit out there, and I'm here for it. Jem and Nacho are here for it. So, guys,
Not only is that guy talented, but dude, I know we talk about how bad we are as people, but sometimes comments on Instagram crack me up.
crazy,
Man.
right?
I can't. There's
That's the best.
Yeah.
Better than the fucking post.
the comments are fucking nutty. Some of the shit that they be saying, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to hell. There's a reason why I'm in purgatory. I know.
There's a reason.
Because I laughed at all this shit.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just what happens. We're all here for it. I love the world. It's just a lot of crazy shit that happens.
I think our next episode we'll do the jokes. I'll come up with some jokes for you so you could definitely say some of them.
I will say one joke for a person he's like, what was the worst Valentine's gift you got? And he goes, a sad hand job. And somebody goes, sounds ungrateful to me. He goes, but it was from myself. The person goes, still ungrateful. And then the other person goes, tears make the best lubricant.
What the fuck?
Oh, I love the internet.
Oh man. You know what's sad is I wonder if it's like just a joke or they really tried it.
I don't know.
That's that type of shit that it's like,
Yeah.
bro, how did we find out that milk was good from cows? How did we know to eat eggs? This is exactly how they were just like, bro, tears are great for fucking jerking off. Like what?
Just check it out. It's the best lubricant. Check it out. It's so good
Like,
for you.
Yeah. We're gonna have an episode where it's just gonna be like how or just how.
Yeah.
How everything is and was and came to be. How.
Yes.
I forgot I read something that was like, how did we know to have sex the way we know how to have sex? Not like the crazy sex,
right, but just missionary, yeah.
Like, and then I was like, well, it has to be natural instinct because animals know to do it naturally. It just has to be something inside of us.
Right.
But then I was just like thinking about it. I was like, that's crazy.
Yep.
Thinking about it, like somebody's just like, like even back then, like Neanderthals that like kind of knew how to communicate with each other.
Right.
Like the first person was just like push somebody over and bent her over. Was like, yeah.
He's like, looks down, looks up.
But then at the same time, like, were there mistakes? Like, did they know that it had to be female male?
I don't know.
Or were they like
casualties?
Female doesn't work, so like male kind of works, and then they were just like male works, but then we're gonna do it with sheep, and then that's how like Europeans became a thing.
You know, piss off our European fans.
Just know your history, folks.
Just know your history, okay?
Just saying that.
Oh, I'll go fuck a goat. From 40-Year-Old Virgin. Why you always tell me to go fuck a goat?
And I kid.
We love
Everybody's
you guys.
Gonna be offended.
They will be. But you know what? We have to laugh at ourselves at the end of the day.
Definitely have to laugh at your history. If you don't know your history, you ain't living.
Exactly. We love you guys.
Know where you come from.
You have to. You have to. Tell the
Laugh
next.
at it, because if you ain't laughing at yourself, I'm laughing at you.
And it's 10 times
Somebody's got to
funnier.
laugh.
Well,
We laugh all the time.
we always do. Well, till next time, y'all. You already know what it is. Life is random.
Life is cool, man. Life is a simulation.
Life is a simulation.
That's what I'm leaving it on.
Peace.
Later.